What is going on? How is everybody doing? Forza Milan, Forza Milan, Forza Milan. Welcome to another edition of Milan Daily. Today it's just going to be me. Laert is at a game in England watching Chelsea versus Brighton, I believe. He's at the stadium right now having a ball. So today it's just me, guys. Totti Brotta, what's up? How you doing, my man? Raul, what's up? Forza Milan. And Joel, Forza Milan. Is this the post-mortem show? I think Kangu is was talking about yesterday's show. Yesterday's show, guy, was insane. We yelled at each other, we cussed at each other. It was pretty crazy. I think that was the most heated we've ever gotten on a Let's Talk Milan edition. Fucking Vasil and I went toe to toe into battle. Me versus Laert, Nathan versus Laert, Nathan versus Vasil, everybody versus each other. It was crazy, crazy amount of screaming and jabbings at each other. What a crazy show it was yesterday. I fucking lost my voice because of it. Are we calm today? Oh yeah. We're calm today, guys. We're very calm today. Yesterday's show was legendary. Yes, it was pretty crazy show. Um, Today, obviously, guys, as I was saying, we're going to do this Milan Daily thing as long as the Mercato is in session, and then we're going to stop doing the Milan Daily thing. But as long as the Mercato is in session, we're going to do, about an hour, less than an hour, just go through these articles, opinionate of them, maybe reply to some of the comments, and just talk a little bit about Milan. Oh, there is always going to be another storm. There's always going to be another storm. That is for sure. That is for sure. Well, guys, let's get straight into it. A slow news day today. It is a slow news day. We don't have that much going on, at least in the world of AC Milan. All the other teams are making moves. As a matter of fact, guys, Scamacca right now. Scamacca is being there's an auction for Scamacca between Juventus and Inter. Juventus is about to offer Scamacca 40 million, but Inter said, you know what, we'll offer 45 million. So there's an auction going on for Scamacca between Inter and Juventus. I wonder how that is going to continue. Interesting that Sassuolo is kind of getting rid of their pieces. So they got rid of Boga, Locatelli, and now Scamacca is on his way out. Probably Berardi is on his way out, which is interesting because I remember seeing De Zerbi at the Bobo Vieri TV show saying that's what Sassuolo needs. Sassuolo needs to be just everybody needs to get released and they need to revamp, refresh, and everything. So I guess this is what was happening. I guess this was what was going in that club at that time, and De Zerbi. And they're pretty much doing what De Zerbi said that needed to happen. So quite interesting, quite interesting. How is Man United doing, Mr. Sir, Mr. I heard they hired Milan reject Ragnik. News of Besir Omarejic, for me the best player, buy of Riccione City. Is he a Turkish guy? That's like a Turkish name. I'm not sure. There's a lot of names being linked to Milan right now. Of course, there's a lot of names being linked to Milan. I'm not really familiar with that name. I'm not sure where he plays. Laritz gets triggered by Nathan and Roy, and Ukrainian guy gets triggered by Roy and Nathan. Yeah, me and Nathan are pretty much have pretty much the same. We kind of see things very similar. We see things in a very similar fashion. Um, the Ukrainian guy got fucking crazy yesterday. Let's just admit that. Lart has his has his own theories, but it's all good, guys. It's all good. All right, guys, let's get into this. Let's get straight into the Pobega situation because, guys, I am a big fan of this player, Pobega. So I'm really happy that the news of Pobega is much more positive this time around. While last year, last market sessions, it was always negative. It's always this player can't play in a double pivot. This player can't do this. This player can't do that. Now the news is much more positive in his respects. So AC Milan made the decision to send Pobega back out on loan for the season, and they're very much satisfied with the decision. Okay. After spells with Pordenone in Serie B and Spezia in Serie A, the Rossoneri took a long look at Pobega during preseason and eventually decided he should have another loan, especially after the return of Bakayoko. So according to Daniele Longo, a journalist that writes a lot of stuff, Milan are very happy with the growth of Pobega so far this season, and this is what I'm talking about. Milan are very happy with the growth, right? Like we never saw these kind of reports coming in. Everything was like he's gone. It was like almost there was this propaganda push to push him out the club, but now it's much better. Milan very so much so that they do not want to even discuss with Torino the idea of his loan becoming permanent. And guys, this is what we've been asking for. We've been asking for this club: create the players from scratch in your backyard, send them out on loan, make him work a little bit, let him get a few scars, a few battle wounds, and then they can come back. Raul, training increased to 5 p.m. Bears don't like the extra depth of work. That's the thing. One thing about England is they don't train as much as they do in Italy, which is quite interesting. Basir is from Switzerland. I'm guessing he's a Balkan origin based on that last name. Really, it sounds like a Turkish name to me. Heard Milan are looking at a couple right back Leipzig players like the American Brendan Aronson. That'll be interesting. Americans definitely are doing well in Leipzig and in Europe right now. Could be good even for a little bit of commercial purposes, marketing. He's average, Roy. We should swap him with Singo, Torino right back, or their center back. I mean, is he average? I don't know if he's average. I don't think he's average because I mean, Mancini looked at him. Now, I wouldn't swap him for a right back or a center back. If I would swap him, I would swap him for a central midfielder. I hope Pobega gets a chance at Milan and doesn't just become another. Yeah, me too. Most Milan fans want to see Pobega come back, and we want to see with our own eyes what he's capable of during a competitive season with AC Milan. The idea of including him in a possible negotiation from Bremer has also been mentioned, but this is not a possibility, either as part of a journalist who states that Pobega has a great chance of being part of the squad for 22-23. So very good stuff, guys. A lot of positive news coming from that corner. Very good. We got to watch out for Theo Hernandez, guys, because Chelsea is going all in for Theo Hernandez. And we got to really watch out for this operation. So 60 million. Chelsea have inquired about AC Milan defender Theo Hernandez, but have so far been met by wall in the pursuit of him, a report claims. This morning edition of Tutto Sport via Milan News writes how, guys, remember, Sempre Milan is a website that sources articles from other websites, and then he just collects it. It's a collection of different articles via different sports websites. So this is what Sempre Milan is. Sempre Milan does not create create the journalism. It just collects journalism from around the world and puts it in its website. Continues to be one of the best left backs in the world. Okay, so good word. You see, that is good press for Fernandez, and therefore he has no shortage of admirers. With Chelsea, the latest club to come forward and ask Milan about his situation, given Ben Chilwell will be out for some time. However, they were told that the Frenchman is not for sale unless a colossal figure comes forward for 60 million or more. That is not a colossal figure to me. 60 million to me is cheap. It is cheap. These English clubs, they spent what 100 million, 100 and something for Lukaku. They spend a lot of money. I would, since it is Chelsea, I would bring the price up 80 million. Without that, then Paolo Maldini and Ricky Massara would not even go to the negotiation table. So they're saying, you see, these guys, Paolo Maldini, Massara, and they seem a little bit. They need to be a little bit more aggressive. He is a pillar of the RossonARI, and that is why the club are working to secure him by extending his contract until 2026. They should do that really fast. In my opinion, I would like to see Theo Hernandez be at Milan for the rest of his career. The decision acceleration has not yet taken place, but the contacts between the parties continue, and the hope is that an agreement will soon be reached. Theo is back after spending his Christmas holidays in Dubai, where he fucking drank, probably did drugs. Who the fuck knows? That guy's a party animal. One thing about Theo Hernandez is that he's a party animal. Party animal. 60 million plus Emerson. I mean, Emerson is decent. 80 million or more. 80 million should be the starting target. It shouldn't be 60 million. It should be, okay, we'll start negotiating at 80 million. Okay? Because you have an 80 million player in your team, you might as well keep him, right? He is a goal machine, assist machine, runs up and down. We should only be considering selling him for 80 million or more. Yeah, 100%. These fuckers have money. Let's take. Yeah, exactly, man. These guys have so much. I've seen this table of the teams that have spent the most money since the early 2000s. Chelsea is number one. Chelsea is the team that has spent more money than anybody in these last 20 years, like a billion plus. Yo, take advantage of these guys. These guys, 80 million for these guys is nothing. It is nothing. So come on, Maldini Massara. Let's get this together. Or maybe what you can do, is this. 60 million plus Jorginho and Pobega can stay. Oh no, Pobega can come. Or give me 60 million plus one of your superstars. Kante. 60 million plus Lukaku. Well, let's bring Lukaku to AC Milan. There you go. We have our strikers. 60 million plus Lukaku. Maldini Massara need to be a little bit more. Yes, definitely. You'll never get 80 million for a left back. In England, yes. Guys, Jamal. Manchester United paid what, 90 million for Maguire? I'm hoping Kessie keeps playing as a 10. He can be our twin. Orlando Santos. I got to be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of how Kessie interprets that role, even though he scored the 2 goals. But I like a little bit more of the creative number 10s. Kessie obviously is more not a creative player. How do I know? I saw it's one of these tables, these websites like 442.com creates the teams that have spent the most money. Chelsea's number 1 in these last 20 years. 60 million plus Ziyech. 60 million plus Ziyech. So if I get rid of Theo Hernandez, I bring in Ziyech, and I have 60 million. With that 60 million, I can buy 2 other players. One for 30, another one for 30, or maybe 3 players, 20, 20, 20. I don't know, man. I don't know. With 80 million, we can finally buy a good right wing. We need pace in the attack. With 80 million, we probably can get Salah. How about that? We can't sell Theo in January. Are you guys really serious? We all not in January. There's no way Theo is leaving in January. And because it is January, they should ask for more. Because it is in January, we should ask for more. If Theo goes for 80 million, then Samu goes for 100 million. Samu is actually most likely on his way out. Okay, guys, check this out. This is an interesting one here. Money. AC Milan are not just establishing themselves as an Italian force again on the field, but they're taking steps to try and bridge the gap to other top European teams from a revenue point of view. Revenue, big word. La Gazzetta dello Sport reports that the new stadium is a cornerstone of the strategy, as it will see the revenues from match days increase from the current 30 million, which is nothing. 30 million is embarrassing per season, to around 80 million. Then there's the Champions League money that has arrived, which is worth 55 million despite being knocked out in the group stage. So guys, imagine this. Just crunch these numbers together. Milan had one of their worst ever editions of the Champions League. Their worst ever performance in the Champions League in the history of the club, and they got 55 million. So put these numbers together. Let's step in the future. 80 million from the stadium, plus Milan is going to be kicking ass. Maybe let's say they're a team that goes into the semifinals every year. They can win it every year. They're one of those teams where if you ask someone who is going to win the Champions League, Milan is always going to be in the conversation. So 80 million plus, let's say, another 80 million. So just by the stadium and the Champions League, that's 160 million, something like that. And if we won a few champions, that's even more. The future of Milan looks bright. CEO Ivan Gazidis arrived at Milan having been a pioneer founder of MLS in the USA, and then having managed the financial strengthening of Arsenal too. He has a vision for how Milan's resurgence should go, with a lot of focus on maximizing the potential of the brand. But RossonARI have entered into 25 new partnerships since August last year, such as ones with the likes of Gatorade, Lete, Zero, BitMEX, Expo 2020 Dubai, and more. Google, Amazon, Apple Music, Rock Nation, BMW, and Sony are also huge global brands that Milan have teamed up with to improve visibility. So the work is there, guys. They're putting the work. Milan, they want to bring Milan back to the top, and connecting Milan to all these huge companies is a great way to do it. A study by YouGov Italia found that Milan have the strongest football brand in Italy. Guys, let's highlight that. You know what? You know what? You know what? I'm gonna put this down here, guys. This is a good quote to put in the banner. Boom. Let's see. Okay, followed by Inter and Napoli, and the economic benefit is clear to see, as a growth linked to commercial agreements and partnerships was over 17 million compared to the previous year. So Milan is making more money. So look, with the sale of Casa Milan, 60 million, the stadium 30 million, that's 90 million. Champions League 55 million, that's 140 million, plus 17 million more than what they made already last year. So Milan right now is on the rise, guys. I am convinced that already in this January transfer market, we will see Milan make bigger moves than what they had done previously. And in the summer already, we're going to see some big players come to Milan, as long as we stay in the top four. Obviously, that's Maguire was a PR stunt. Off topic, what do you think about Insigne possibly heading to Toronto? I'm not that happy about it, because the problem is that we need Insigne for the national team, and when these players go to MLS, there's this attitude of elitism and snobism towards the MLS, right? It's like, okay, he's playing in the MLS, he can't, he's not good enough to play for the national team. He needs to play in a top league in Europe to keep him competitive. So that's the issue that I have. If he goes to the MLS, we lose him for the national team. That's a fear maybe that I have. Loving the commercialization aspect from our American owners, and that's what Americans are good at doing. Commercialize branding, commercials, new Times Square. The American way of doing shit. We finally making decent money. Yes, this is the beginning of the club finally making some decent money. Okay. Let's see. There was a article about Ali that I wanted to look at. It was specified some things about him and his contract situation. Here it is. Okay. Guys, Ali, future star of AC Milan. Guys, if you haven't seen Ali already, check his highlights. This guy is money, guys. This guy is money. He's got through balls for days. He's got the long ball. He can run forward with the ball. Creative player. I think this guy can become something important for the club. Anyway, let's see what this says. There has been an abundance of speculation during the round suggesting that AC Milan are trying to end Yassine Ali's loan at Bordeaux 6 months early. Okay, so it's more of a speculations. Milan News have provided some background on how Milan managed to secure the permanent signing of Ali towards the back end of the summer transfer window. The RossonARI management bought him from Bordeaux, but as part of the agreement, he was allowed to go back on loan. The reason for this is twofold. It brought an economic advantage to the operation because they managed to get it across the line of 7 million plus bonuses when the initial asking price was 15 million. Wow. They were pretty much able to bring it down to almost half. Good job. You can say good job for negotiation skills. And it then allowed Ali another year to keep growing in a comfort zone of sorts. But obviously the stipulation was stay at Bordeaux. The agreement between the two clubs is clear and there is no clause. This is the key right here. So anytime we hear these voices of Ali coming this January, it's not going to happen. It's never going to happen. There's no clause in favor of Milan that allows them to end the loan early and bring Ali's arrival at Milanello forward to January. Even if it could have been convenient for Pioli given the absence of Frankesi and Ismail Benacer for the African Cup of Nations, therefore he will remain until June. And this is why I am convinced Milan is going to go in for a big midfielder. I'm convinced Milan is going to go in for a big midfielder, and I believe that midfielder is going to be Renato Sanchez. Insigne about to look like second coming of Maradona in MLS. Guys, I remember when Jovinko was in the MLS, he was crushing everybody. Should we sign a midfielder for time? Yeah, absolutely we should. We should sign Renato Sanchez. Renato Sanchez is only 25 million. He said, Renato Sanchez in an interview said that if the right offer comes, he's willing to go. So the messaging out in the ether is that Renato is open to leaving his club. Milan has interest. Arsenal has interest. I think it's a possibility. And there are other midfielders, but if you're going to replace Kessie, you have to replace him with a top-notch midfielder. From what you say, Ali seems more like Tonali, but what we need is a solid screen for our defense. I wouldn't say he's more like Tonali. All right, so here's an exaggerated. I'm going to exaggerate a little bit. Ali is similar to Zidane, okay? The way Zidane played in the midfield. He has that kind of vibe to him, all right? So think of a Zidane early stages of his career when he wasn't a superstar. But that kind of vibe, he's got that kind of pace, he kind of looks like him, the way he moves around with the ball. His technique is similar. But obviously Zidane is a great personality, great character, no fear, warrior. That's what made him put him above everybody else. Ali is still a youngster, but technically he's more like a Zidane, like a Mezzala Zidane-esque kind of type. Renato would be perfect play for us. Him partnering Ali would be great to see. Absolutely, 100%. Cannot agree more. Okay, so that was the interesting news about Ali. Okay, guys, this one here, I know nobody's gonna like. Nobody's gonna like this one. Nobody's gonna like this one. Milan unlikely to sign a forward in January. Pioli and Maldini to rely on Zlatan again. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is raring to go ahead of the second half of the season, and AC Milan are ready to lean on their leader once again, a report claims. Milan News reports how Milan will still focus strongly on Ibrahimovic also for the second round of games in Serie A, despite the fact he's 40 years of age and has battled numerous physical problems. The Swede is the man that the Swede is the man that Milan will rely on to compete at the top of the standings and give Inter a real challenge for the title. The Scudetto is the target that everyone at Milan wants to achieve, and a big second half of the season from Ibrahimovic could fire them there. Again, the messaging. Let's look at the messaging, guys. We didn't see this kind of messaging last year, right? But we're seeing it this time. The Scudetto is the target that everyone at Milan wants to achieve. The Scudetto is the target that everyone at Milan wants to achieve. So the messaging is coming out. They're going for it. Second half from Ibrahimovic could fire them there. What filters from Casa Milan? Okay, here comes the meat and potatoes of this article. What filters from Casa Milan is that Paolo Maldini and his team will not make any signings in the attack next month, with the only possibility being something if Pietro Pellegrini leaves. So there is a door open. Pietro Pellegrini probably should leave because obviously it has been a huge failure for him. Poor guy. The guy, Pietro Pellegrini, the mistake Pietro Pellegrini is making is to accept being the third striker in AC Milan. Pietro Pellegrini, you're 20 years old, bro. Go to Genoa, go to Sassuolo, go to Empoli, go to Sampdoria, Lazio. Go and make your name in a team where you're considered striker number one, striker number two. At AC Milan, you're going to rot on the bench. So maybe actually there is an opening here. We know that Pietro Pellegrini has said he wants to leave. He's not finding any space here. He's not developing at Milan. Milan is he's kind of held a hostage in this team. So actually, to be honest, this kind of does open the doors. I do see Pietro Pellegrini leave. I do see Pietro Pellegrini leave already in January, even though we have the Coppa Italia coming up. And I'm assuming that Pietro Pellegrini is going to be used mostly in the Coppa Italia. But this article actually kind of turned around everything for me. This article actually tells me that we most likely are getting another striker. I don't think Pietro Pellegrini is going to stay. I don't think so. So we'll see. Everything is expected to remain as it is, and Pioli will rely heavily on Ibra again for that reason. But the difference this time is that Oliver Giroud, Rafa Leao, and Ante Rebic should be around to give more support. So yeah, we shall see about that. It is possible that a striker is coming. It is very possible. Okay, so this kind of news about Milan not getting anybody in the offense has been going on for a few days now. It seems like the messaging that the club wants to give to its fans is like, hey, do not expect anything from the offensive side. Defense, midfield. Defense because we lost Kjaer, midfield because of the AFCON. But let's see. Maybe they're playing games with us, you know? I know that they like to do that kind of shit. Speaking of young strikers, here's one. Let's see. Milan already have talks planned for next summer over signing of young striker. Oh, Luca. Yes, sir. As Milan already have a plan to speak with Pisa at the end of the season about the potential signing of striker Lorenzo Luca, according to Gazzetta dello Sport, the Milan managers are continuing to follow the development of Luca with a lot of interest as they search for a young striker who could energize the attacking department. Luca is a freaking freak of nature. 2 meters tall, runs like a sprinter. His shot is super powerful, wins everything in the air. Luka can potentially be a Vlahovic, another Vlahovic. He could be the anti-Vlahovic. So let's see. His name has already been mentioned as an option. The Pisa president the other day said that Milan, Inter, and Juve are all interested in him. But let's take out Juve out of the equation. Juve is going in for Scamacca. If they're going in for Scamacca, they're not going to get Luca. Inter is going in for Scamacca. So one of these teams is not going to go for Luca, but Milan is definitely going to go for Luca. Let's see. But the Tuscan club do not intend to let him leave during the current season, given their ambitions of getting promoted to the top flight. So definitely not this summer. What I would do, if I worked for the club, I would pay Luca the money they want right now. I will bring in Pisa the money they want, which is not much. It's 10 million. This is why I think they should do it now, because right now Luca is 10 million. In 5 months, if he scores a tons of goals and he gets promoted, he'll cost 25 million. I say get him now, 10 million, then send him out on loan for 2 years. And then bring him back. And if the whole operation failed, okay, you wasted 10 million instead of wasting 25 million. But buy him right now, kind of like Ali, same Ali thing. Keep him at Pisa, bring him back into the summer, train with the guy, and then send him out on loan. Okay. In the meantime, we can get a top-notch striker. This is why both Milan and Pisa have agreed to postpone any talks over his potential exit until the summer. When the situation will become clear regarding the decision, Pisa are in and what the Diavolo strategy is with regards to signing a forward. Very, very, very interesting. Can Florenzi play the double pivot? Good question. He has played in the midfield. Florenzi was born a mezzala, centro-destra. Yes, centro-destra, so mezzala on the right. He has played as a attacking winger in a 4-2-3-1. He's played in that position Salamaker's played most of the season. He plays obviously as a fullback. In PSG, he was a fullback. Most of his career was as a fullback. But yes, Florenzi can play in that role. Double pivot, I don't know. That is a little bit different because in the double pivot, the difference between mezzala in a midfielder 3 and the double pivot is when you're in a double, you have a lot of space to occupy. You have a lot of space to occupy. I don't know. Maybe he can do it. We'll see. In theory, fullbacks, it makes sense that a fullback can become a double pivot. It kind of does make sense because fullbacks occupy a lot of ground up and down, right? But a double pivot, they occupy a lot of ground diagonally and horizontally and also vertically. So it kind of makes sense that a fullback can do that double pivot role. All right. Let's see if there's anything else of interest. Let's see. I know that Belotti was also being linked with Milan recently. We saw an article there. Okay, I want to look at this one here. This is a potential one that could be interesting. Lazio, a team that is having a pretty bad season right now in compared to what they had last season, for example. AC Milan, Juventus, and Inter have all been alerted by the possibility that Lazio could lose defender Luis Filippo on a free transfer. According to Messaggero via Lazio News, the renewal of Luis Felipe, whose contract expires in June, has not yet materialized, and the negotiations are not moving ahead much. There are discussions involving the Brazilian defender and the sporting director of Lazio, Iglitare, but there has been no deal struck. Okay, so guys, what do you think of Felipe Luis? Do you think he could be a good addition to the AC Milan defense? I think he's good. He's never been a player that has really caught my eye, but he's definitely a player that knows how to compete in the Serie A. In the Champions League, when Lazio played, they got demolished by Bayern Munich. But Lazio's kind of losing their pieces. Acerbi, Felipe Luis, Savic, maybe on the way out. The Rome-based paper claims that the Biancocelesti have offered a figure of just under 2 million net per season to extend his contract, while the 24-year-old Felipe is asking for 2.5 or even 3 given his imminent deadline and the pressure on Lazio. So it looks like Luis Felipe can be an easy target for Milan, to be honest with you, because 2.5 million, 3 million is not that big of a deal. He's only 24, guys. He's 24. That is very young. He's basically Kessie is older than Luis Felipe. He's the same age as Calabria, and Tomori, pretty much. They're all going in their 24th year. So this is a youngster. This is a youngster. He's only asking for 2.53. Milan can definitely afford that. Um, in a month, he will be able to sign a pre-contract with another club outside Italy. But in view of June, Milan and Inter are on his trail, enticed by the possibility of not having to pay a transfer fee. So maybe, guys, Lazio do not renew his contract. Romagnoli does not renew his contract. And here is that extra defender that we wanted, that Milan are offering Romagnoli 3 million. They're offering him 3 million, right? Romagnoli is getting around 6 with bonuses. He's getting a shitload of money. So they want to offer him half. Maybe if Romagnoli does not sign, this is the guy you bring in, Felipe Luis. Now, again, is he good? Is he the player that we want to Milan? I don't know. It would be a good signing, but I don't know if he can replace Kjaer. Oh, no. I don't think he would be the replacement for Kjaer. No. And also because the replacement for Kjaer is someone that we need today, right? It's someone that we need in January because Kjaer will be back in the summer. Yeah. Interesting news today. Interesting news. Let's look at a few more articles and catch up with what's going on in the AC Milan universe. The universe. Okay, so Kalulu, guys. Kalulu, when I saw this article, I was like, oh shit, are we going to send Kalulu out on loan? It looks like no. Calciomercato had published a report stating that the French defender has earned the trust of Pioli. Guys, this is good press. Good press. Good press for the players. Pioli and the management, who consider him absolutely not available for transfer under any conditions. So just like the Pobega situation, good press for our players, which may seem like an obvious statement given the absence of any real rumors. Absolutely. There may be some concern that he lost his spot in the starting lineup to Alessandro Florenzi in the last 3 games, who has filled in well recently during Davide Calabria's absence. But there's absolutely no doubt in the talent and the potential that Kalulu has. Plus, he's versatile given his ability to play right back and center back. Yeah, a diamond in the making. The 21-year-old, only 21, arrived on a free transfer from Lyon, a somewhat of an unknown quantity. I remember Kalulu scored on his debut with AC Milan in a friendly. Nice volley outside of the box too. Quantity, but has quickly generated a lot of enthusiasm and looks like another real scout for the scouting department, led of course by Geoffrey Moncada. Moncada, who Lart was telling me he has accepted an offer to be the DS of a club in France. So Moncada is probably not with us anymore starting next year. But some good words there for Kalulu, which is always good. Good press for the players. It increases their value. It increases everything. No Krunic, no party, guys. No Krunic, no party. Did you guys see the Krunic interview in the AC Milan channel, YouTube channel, when he's talking about his tattoos? Very, very interesting. All right, let's look at some more articles here. Let's see what else we have. All right. I do not know who this guy is, but let's see. Milan is studying low-cost option as Krasnodar, open to sell in midfield for 5 to 6 million. Do you guys know who this player is? Have you seen him? According to calciomercato.it, the duo have set their sights on Tony Vlehan, who was actually close to signing for city rivals Inter back in 2016 before opting to stay at Feyenoord. Okay. So this player here, Tony Vilhena. What the fuck kind of names are these, man? Paolo Maldini and Ricky Massara are studying potential low-cost reinforcement from a midfield ahead of January. Tony Vilhena, who was actually close to signing for Inter, he did not manage to make the leap many expected and join Krasnodar in 2019. Oh, Krasnodar is the name of the team, where he is under contract until June 2024, and he would not reject the chance to take a big step in his career. Krasnodar are willing to let Vilhena leave on a free loan with an option to buy, figure set an amount of no more. This smells like a Balotelli kind of operation. Man, if you're a player that is worth 5-6 million and he's 26, this player is 26 and he's worth 5-6 million, alert, 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 red flags all over the place. Red flags all over the place. No, thank you. Thinking about it, because Vilhena was also 15 appearance for the Netherlands. Okay, so he's in the national team. He's still a young player, as well as modern skill with both feet and adapted to various different roles in the midfield. Why is he only worth 5-6 million, Bo? Okay, Balotelli, that's what Balotelli was paid, 5 million. I don't know. Does not give me much confidence, that one. Okay, guys, let's just look at a few more articles. So nothing official yet, just a lot of linking, a lot of speculations. The transfer market starts January 4th, I think it opens up, and but still nothing concrete, still just the links and voices. But as I said, I do. As we looked today, what did we find out today? We found out today that Milan have amassed a little nice treasure. Their treasure chest is heavy right now. Milan has a heavy treasure chest right now. So expect decent names to show up in January. Expect a much higher level transfer market coming up. And again, if we stay in the top 4 and we do better, even better next year in the Champions League, that 55 million can turn into 70 million, 80 million. This is why these teams that stay in the Champions League every year are able to get all these big players, because that competition gives you money, it gives you sponsors, players want to be in that competition. That's why Paolo Maldini has stated that the goal for the next 10 years is to make the top 4 every single year. And then every single year that you make the top 4, you either finish first and you win a Scudetto and you compete in the Champions League, and maybe you even win a few Champions League. That is the goal, guys. Up, everything is going up. The stock is rising. Okay. Let's see. A few more. Anything else? Anything of interest? Watch Milan's 10 best league goals from the calendar year. If I do this, is it going to make... What's going to happen if I do this? What's going to happen if I click on this? Is it going to give me is it going to do one of those copyright things? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Is it going to do a copyright? Is this a... Oh, this is from Twitter. Should I press on it? Should I press? Oh, this is from the Milan channel. Fuck that. Guys, fucking Milan. The Milan channel always gives us copyright. We are here giving you guys love. We're here giving you guys love. All you guys do always fuck our shit up. Come on, Milan. All right, let's watch some of this. Let's see if I can make it work. Let's see if I can make this work. Let's see. We'll okay, guys, check this out. This is how you do it. This is the trick. This is protected under the fair use laws of something. Let me read that. Let me get that. Let me do this. Now they can't fight it. Now they can't fight it anymore. I got this, guys. I got this, guys. This is it's going to work. I'm going to make this work. I'm going to make this work, guys. Hold on. It's just be patient. Pazienza, ragazzi, pazienza. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, AC Milan, there's no profit. This is educational. This is for criticism, comments, news reporting. I'm not infringing on your rights to make money. You guys have a lot of money. Stop fucking copyrighting us. Thank you. All right, here we go. Let's see if that worked. Okay, so number 10. Wow, Salamakers straight away, number 10, huh? The guy that everybody likes to say he can't do shit. Salamakers with the number 10. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, nice. Yeah. Okay, we don't need to see this. Oh, yeah, this is when he dedicated to Kjaer, the goal to Kjaer. All right. Bologna, Benacer, guys. This game was amazing, guys. You remember this game? This game was incredible. That super goal there. Very similar to the Henderson goal. So this one is number 9. Okay. Number 8 against Roma. Wow. Oh man, that shirt looked awesome. I missed that shirt. This was last year. This was last season. Tonali's debut goal. What a moment, guys. What a moment this was. Tonali's debut goal. Boom. Pirlo. Just like Pirlo against Deportivo 2004. Number 6. Yeah, we saw this goal not too long ago. Ibrahimovic, 40 years old, and this guy still can do. You know, the best thing about this goal, actually, if you guys remember this goal, the best thing about this goal was after he scored, he didn't celebrate. He went into the defender's face, and he was talking crap into the defender's face because that defender was on him all day. He was probably saying, you see who's the king here? Who's the king? Who's the god? You know, he went straight into his face as soon as he scored that goal. That was a legendary moment there from Ibra. Okay. Number 5. Tomori against Juventus. Tomori's first goal for AC Milan, guys. What a game, guys. What a game. This was a legendary game, guys. Legendary game, guys. This one was an absolute legend of a game. And what a goal. Leaped over Chiellini, right? That's not easy to do. That is definitely not easy to do. Yeah. That game brings a lot of good memories. As a matter of fact, I might even share. I'm gonna freak. Where is it? Where are you? Man, we have so many fucking videos. Damn. Dude, how many fucking videos do we make? Jeez. We have a whole library of freaking videos. Dude. What the hell? Oh, here it is. Okay, let's keep on going. Tomorrow had made my neighbors call the cops. I was being loud as fuck. Is that true? One of the best Milan games I've watched. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. What a game that was. As a matter of fact, that game was legendary. And every time we beat you, I know a lot of people accuse me of being a Juve fan, but every time, for me, the biggest satisfaction in football is when we beat Juve, man. Oh my God! And every time we beat Juve, it's important. We have an important season. As a matter of fact, we finished 4th. We destroyed them. It was amazing. Great feeling. All right, let's keep on going. Fikayo Tomori with his great goal there. Look at how he just leaped over Chiellini. Chiellini on his ass. Chiellini on his ass. 3-0. Thank you. Okay, let's keep on going. Okay, number 4. Ah, there he is, guys. There he is. Number 4. The man everybody loves to hate. Look at better record than Ronaldo. Boom. Man, guys, look at, I want you to pay attention to something here, guys. Look at his foot. Look at the technique on his foot. It's fucking good. Look at the technique. Did you see that? Did you see his technique right there? The weight of the ball. Look at the ball. It's going up and down and around. It's a freaking rainbow. Look at his technique. Pop. Damn, man. What a goal. Holy crap. That is a goal. That is like 5 goals. 2 goals and a half. All right, let's go to number 3. Number 3. What was this? Ah, yes. This goal here. This goal was the beginning of this goal here. Assist from the GOAT, Hakan. Evil was defeated that day. One of the best meals. Yeah, 100%. This goal here, man. What a goal this one was here. Look at this. Pop, pop, pop. Boom. Brahim Diaz. People forget. You know, there's a lot of shit talk about Brahim Diaz right now, but people forget that Brahim Diaz has had games that he has been absolutely fantastic, man. Number 2, Leao, guys. Remember this one? Cucchiaio. What a goal, man. This one was just an instinctual goal, a lot of quality. The weight on the ball was absolutely perfect. Look at that. Number 2, bah, stop. He looks, but pay attention to this. The best part is this one. The best. Look at him. Look at him. Look at the goal. Hup. Do you see that? 1 second. 1 second. He saw that the goalkeeper was out of his line. Right there. Look at his head. That's all you need. 1 second. Look at his head. Look at his head. Look at his head. Look at his head. Coming up. Bam. Right there. Look at him. Look at his eyes. He can see exactly the opening. You see? A fraction of a second. Saw the opening. Perfect weight on the ball. Perfect weight on the ball. Bam. Thank you. Number 1. Let's see. Number 1 goes to Ante Rebic. Oh, all 3 goals of the Juventus game made this list. Yeah, this goal here was absolutely phenomenal as well. Okay, so quite interesting. Quite interesting. Quite interesting. Thank you, Twitter, for that. That was quite interesting. All right, guys, let's we have just a few more minutes left. Let's see. Tutto Sport, Chelsea inquire about Milan. Wow, look at this one. Guys, we're going to finish with this one here. This is a picture that we use a lot on this channel here. Great picture, great moment. Even though his teeth are kind of weird. But anyway, great moment, great moment. Maldini discusses pay rise for Tonali with new agent over summer. Imagine, guys, we almost lost this player because the management was playing cheap ball. AC Milan have held discussions over the potential extension of Sandro Tonali's contract with his new agent, according to a report. It was recently confirmed that Tonali has decided to leave agent Beppe Bozzo and switch to the agency of Giuseppe Rizzo. A photo showed that Tonali has switched to the GR Sports Agency, one that already has Daniel Maldini in its ranks. By the way, I want to finish with Daniel Maldini. According to what Sport Italia via TMW are reporting, there was a market meeting between Paolo Maldini and Rizzo yesterday at the Cova pastry shop in via Monte Napoleone. The Rossonari director had the opportunity to discuss the possibility of an imminent renewal with a pay rise. Bravo, bravo Tonali. Hard work pays off. Hard work pays off. He said, no, I want to stay with Milan. Cut my salary. I want to prove myself here at Milan. He proved himself. And now Maldini, the good leader he is, says, look, you deserve a pay rise. great positive messaging all around. The 21-year-old is becoming an increasingly important player in Stefano Pioli's side, and their decision to sign him on a permanent deal over the summer after his first season struggles was a sign of their faith. While Tonali took a pay cut to facilitate the deal too, but could get the money back, it seems. Good news, guys. Good news, especially when you have a Kessie on the field that is asking for 8 million. He's on the verge of leaving. No respect to Milan whatsoever. You have Tonali, who he said, cut my salary. I want to stay here, and now the management is offering them. You know what? Well, the discussions are opening, because I was thinking about this the other day. I was thinking, man, I hope Tonali doesn't become like a Scottie Pippen. I don't know if you guys saw the Michael Jordan documentary, and it spoke a little bit about Scottie Pippen and how Scottie Pippen had this terrible contract, awful, like one of the worst contracts in the NBA, and he was making well, a lot of money, but nowhere close to what other players. But he was winning every year. He was winning with Jordan. He was number 2. Right after Jordan, you had Scottie Pippen, and Scottie Pippen was being paid because of the contract he had. He had this long contract with the Chicago Bulls, and he was paid peanuts in comparison to the other players. So very interesting situation there. I was thinking about it, man. I hope this doesn't happen with Tonali, but today I guess that is not the case. It looks like they're going to renegotiate his contract. All right, guys. Last thing I wanted to talk about today was something I saw about Paolo Maldini. I gotta find it though. I gotta find it first. Where was it? It was a very interesting article on Daniel Maldini. I think it was on another. Guys, okay. Two more articles and then we're done. 2 more articles and then we're finished. Florenzi. AC Milan are finally starting to see the best version of Alessandro Florenzi after some difficulties following his arrival from Roma in the summer. Milan News writes how having a deep squad full of players that have given performances at the high level is important, especially if they can bring versatility too. And Florenzi is certainly one of those who has both offensive and defensive qualities. He was signed on loan with an option to buy from Roma over the summer and will now have to prove his worth, but the recent signs are good. Davide Calabria has been out for a few matches with a muscle problem, so Florenzi was tasked with filling the gap left by him, which he did with determination and commitment. The games against Udinese and Napoli were poor performances, but the Italy international stood out as being one of the better performers. So overall, there were poor performances, but he did good in those games. His attitude in the last few matches and his goal against Empoli are signs that Florenzi may well have turned a corner and is now very much on the right path to both personal redemption and repaying the faith shown by Maldini. More positive news for our players. Rather than Florenzi was a complete failure, Maldini operation was no. It's Florenzi is growing. I told you guys that we're going to see Florenzi. It wasn't going to be fat. We're not going to see Florenzi right away. It was going to take time. Florenzi needs time. He's going to come even better in April and May. You guys will see. We'll see. I'm going to stick to that. Okay, now there was one article here that regarding Daniel Maldini. I'm not sure if it was on this website or if it was on another website, but it was about how Daniel Maldini is most likely going to be put, or is going to be is going on loan this January. Let's see, where was it? Let's see. Well, I read it today. I don't remember where I read it, but it's most likely that he is going to be going on loan. So I think that's going to be very good for him. It's going to be an excellent opportunity for him to get some wounds and to learn how to become a man. I'm open to that. I'm open to it. I like how when I spoke about Florenzi, the viewership went down. You guys are gonna fucking eat your words, guys. All of you, you're gonna eat your words. Anyway, guys. Yeah, as far as Daniel Maldini, um, I think it's time. I think it's time he does the second half of the season against Genoa, with Genoa or Empoli or Spezia. The two clubs that we're interested in are Genoa and Spezia. So I'm all for it. I think he needs a time. Also, because we can see what he's made. If we can see him every game, we can actually see what he's made of, and that should be quite interesting. All right, guys. That was it. Thank you so much for joining us today. Daily Milan. We're going to see you maybe tomorrow, but for sure Friday, for sure Saturday, for sure Sunday, Monday, every single day, almost every single day of the transfer market, we're going to be doing a Daily Milan edition. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. Alla prossima. Ciao. Forza, Forza, Milan. Vincerai, non ti lasceremo mai.